these things is going to break. It's either me or I'm going to go off on air or whatever the case may be. But it was kind of cool.
That's a question I ask myself sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, who's going to break first? Who's going to break first?
Yeah.
Well, that's like my first job out of Montco, or out of college when I transferred, was like at a radio station, like a small AM station making minimum wage, like doing all kinds of crap, including selling ads. So I learned I can't sell ads for anything. I'm just, no, we're not interested. Okay, sorry. Like, not too nice. Thank you. But then like working at a newspaper and like doing that, but like making no money doing that. So then, working like 4 other jobs and just like going crazy.
Right.
And,
Money's always the issue. And
Yeah.
I started as well after graduating from Temple. I went to Temple after Montco. I only spent 2 years here. Unfortunately, I didn't graduate from Montco. I just took the credits and left. So I went to WCHE 1520 AM.
Oh, cool.
And I interned there
gotcha.
for a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Cool.
yeah, you got to start somewhere. So,
Yeah, right, absolutely. So, Mike, what are you up to? We haven't heard a lot from you. Take the mic.
Still working in the same field.
People don't know what the field
Well,
is.
excuse me, I was just about to explain that.
You take too long to get to the point.
Yeah, no. Well, that's how I roll.
It's always hasn't changed.
Left here with a degree in accounting. So now I am a accounts payable and purchasing person for a psych hospital. So I've been there 18 years.
He worked there when he was here.
I remember that.
Yeah.
As soon as I left here, that's where I got my first
Yeah,
job, and
wow.
been
He
there ever
hasn't
since. So.
Just like me and Montco.
Dedication, both of you.
Or
Or
just
not
clearly
that bright.
out of
Yeah, or I don't know. I question that. Yeah. Tim?
El Presidente.
El Presidente?
What do?
I've had many jobs since we left here, haven't you?
It's always the same. I ask people what they do. I write it down. I tell them they do it wrong, which is it's
So
interesting.
nothing's changed in 20 years.
So
Oh, yeah, right. So nothing has changed at all, right?
You need to fix this a little bit. You
pays
need,
the bills.
exactly.
But I do work for. I guess in some weird way, I do work for one of the largest advertising companies now. So, not that I do anything with advertising or sales or just telling them what they do wrong.
That's fun.
So some things never change.
Yeah, I'm still the personality. He's still the brains, and he's still the money. If you're really willing to get technical.
Don't sell yourself short.
What? I don't have the brains?
No, I think you got a lot.
Yeah,
You had a lot of
well,
ideas. You were the idea man.
I don't know. No, I was just the excitable one. That's
Dan
all.
gets stuff done.
Yeah.
If I guess if it's put on my plate, maybe.
So what are some of your fondest mememories of
Oh,
your
God.
time here
Oh God.
at Montco?
Well, besides getting Tim elected president,
That was pretty great.
What was yours, Tim?
I mean, there were the retreats, the
retreat was
NACA
fun.
conference.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh
saw
my
Jon
God.
Stewart.
Yeah,
that was
that's
fun.
right. You guys, that was before he blew up. And
Yeah, that
became
was when
that
Jon
was before
Stewart was
the Daily
actually
Show.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
black hair. I think.
Yeah, I just remember didn't Ryan, do you guys remember Ryan Mate?
Ryan, mate, vote for me.
Vote for
Don't
me.
waste your.
Yeah, shout out to
Seal your
Ryan.
face.
Shout out to Ryan if you're listening.
Seal your
Ryan
fate.
got up on
Boaster.
stage with Jon Stewart because he said he knew how to sing Louie Louie, but then didn't know the words, and Jon Stewart yelled at him. It was great.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
We had a good time then.
that's good. And that's where we met the rest. Well, we didn't meet the rustic overtones. We met the manager.
Oh my God, the rustic overtones.
Those guys were so much fun.
They were
Yeah.
so awesome, and they made Brian's head turn so red.
I know.
Yeah, they came and played a concert for pizza because they had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And they were good.
They were really
like, blown
good.
away. Like, oh, how could these guys?
Yeah.
And I think they went to California about the same time you did, didn't they?
Probably, yeah.
Tried to recut
some stuff.
I was listening to their album the other day because just reminiscing, and I forgot how good it is. And then I was like, why did these guys ever make it? And
Yeah.
then look, every song is 5 minutes long at
Yeah.
least. And I'm like, well, I guess you can't get on the radio with 5-minute songs.
They were really, they were, and we saw them years later at the Troc. Like,
Yeah.
remember that opening
Yeah.
for Better Than Ezra? They were like still really, they were really drunk. I just remember they were like off the rails a little bit.
Yeah.
But
They're
they were
back.
so fun.
They're,
Yeah, they're doing stuff
They're
now.
a Portland, Maine band.
Yeah.
They're doing well up there. They still rock.
Yeah, the Rustic Overtones, that was huge. That was like, they were like a real band that came and played in the cafeteria for food.
Full
Yeah.
horn section.
Yeah.
Wurlitzer organ.
It was pretty incredible.
It was fun.
Great soul sound.
Oh, yeah.
What was one of your favorite times?
I actually did something on the air that was, to me, kind of special. I still have this show recorded. Do you know the Flaming Lips?
Yeah.
They have that album Zyreka, where it's like spread out on 4 discs. Like
Yeah.
they have their tracks separate on the 4 discs. So what I did is I actually played, or at least attempted to play all 4 CDs with each of the songs,
At the
with
same
the tracks
time.
at the same time on radio. I did that at the Fishbowl.
I was gonna say, how did you pull that?
Right,
Because at the time we only had two.
Right at your.
Yeah, exactly.
At the
We
basement.
only had 2 in the basement. CD
had-
players.
There were 2 CD players in the Fishbowl, so that was 2 CDs. And then I put one on my iPod, and then the other one actually loaded up on the iTunes.
Oh,
on the
that's
computer.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
dude.
it
That sounds like some of the weird stuff we used to try to do.
Yeah.
We're gonna record it and we're gonna play it on cassette and we're gonna play it on CD and we got the record, so we got all 3 of them. And I'm like, there's none of this is gonna sync up. It's not gonna work. It's not
Right.
gonna work. And everybody press play all at the same time.
Right.
No.
That's
3 hand. I don't have 3 hands, so
that's what we tried to do. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Awesome. What about you, Dan?
Me? There's so many.
I know.
And it's only so many because there's so many really cool people that were involved with it. Like I'm still friends with a ton of people that we used to do this with. Paul, Rachel, that was in student government. I actually I just saw her last Sunday. We had a half marathon that she ran, and I met her for brunch. That was fun. But just like the people, Jeff, I still get a chance to see Jeff all over the place. Shout out to Jeff because like without him, we would have never got the curriculum off the ground. But he's working for either Comcast or one of the things, and he actually is a camera operator and has
Nice.
gotten a chance to do so many. He did the Villanova thing over at the Pavilion last week. So any of those shots that you guys saw from Nova at the Pavilion when they won the championship, that was Jeff. A lot of the Sixers games, a lot of Flyer stuff, a lot of soccer stuff. He's all over the place. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a chance to do the Super Bowl yet. So,
And that's awesome, like, because of this alumni thing, like,
Right.
so I reconnected with Jeff. Now
Yeah.
I'm, like, reconnecting with all these people, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
I mean, like I said, we all got into this because we love music, not because we wanted to hang out, but we all did this because of music. And it just goes to prove how powerful something like that is. Music is a part of my daily, being, so to speak. It really is. It can if I'm in the worst mood or whatever, I can put something on and it just totally changes it. If, I'm really, I'm in the best mood ever, it can enhance it. It's tough to not be a part of something like this, especially for as music driven as I used to be. But that's why it's part of my daily. You know what I
Right.
mean? It bonds me and my sister. We went to the Less Than Jake concert like 2 weeks ago or a
So
couple weeks
jealous.
ago.
That's so awesome.
Your 30th birthday.
Yeah, we went to. I was in Chicago for my
Random.
30th birthday, training for a management job, and Tim happened to be in Chicago. My sister flew out to Chicago. We all went to the Goldfinger concert.
That's awesome.
Like, it was one of the best. It was like one of the best birthdays ever because it was just like, oh my God, we're in Chicago and we're going to see Goldfinger. Fantastic. Just random things, but it also brings people together too. So like, I would have never got a chance to hang out with anybody like this. Like you and I would have never been friends if
Right.
it wasn't for something like this.
Right. I think I spent more time at your house, like,
Probably.
in, like, 96, 97 than my own.
I think everybody in our club.
Everybody, we all just, like, lived at Dan's house.
Yo, where's Fuzz at? He's upstairs. And my dad says hi to everybody. I was telling him we were doing this.
I remember being there and, like, you're not even there yet.
Yeah.
Like, we're just, like, waiting for you to come home from work or something.
You think that's bad? I left to California. I moved to California doing my radio thing, and I'm doing overnights. I actually did overnight New Year's Eve 2000 when Armageddon was supposed to happen. Remember everybody? Remember
Right,
Y2?
yes.
So
Y2K.
I'm doing the overnight in this analytical AM radio station, and I'm doing it, and I'm getting phone calls from these idiots that are at my house for New Year's Eve, and they're like, "Yeah, we're here at your house. We're partying with your sister and your parents. It's cool." And I'm like, "What are you doing there?"
That's
They're like,
so great.
They're like, "We're just partying with your family.
Well, that was the thing to do.
We're keeping the tradition alive. You're not here, but it doesn't matter." So, yeah, it was fun.
Awesome.
Am I too loud? No, you're good. All right. I have a
headphones
ten-
off his ears.
I have a tendency to get a little excited, Matt. Sorry about
I know,
that.
me too.
Are,
So
we-
I think
are you
my-
going to play any music?
Should I play music?
I think you
What do
should.
Yeah, I think you should play
Definitely.
one because we
Alright.
definitely need to take a
No, I'm
quiz.
sorry.
Angry salad?
Ooh. Did you just pull that out of your butt? You did, didn't you? Angry salad?
You gotta stand up next
I
time.
don't think I know a
Angry
single Angry Salad song.
Salad. I was obsessed.
Yes, you were.
Obsessed with this band.
She would request it every show.
Obsessed.
Every radio show, every person that was in, she was like, "Do you have Angry Salad? Can you
and
play
like
it?"
nobody had Angry Salad. 'cause
She would
nobody
bring it,
cared.
be like, "Can you play this song?"
And I found that at NACA. I got like the 3-song demo, and I like ruined the tape playing it so much. And then
You got
I
a
think
tape.
the station
You
had
said
it.
tape.
I know I had a tape.
Cassette.
It was sorry.
Matt, remember cassettes?
It was a cassette.
Do you remember
I called
8-tracks?
It a tape.
Sure.
I
Was it
remember
a single?
8-tracks. What? Oh. All right, hold on. So you guys talk while I find it.
All right,
All right.
that's fine. What are we going to talk about? All right, your
All right,
turn.
you're
Well,
back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I talked way too much.
No, explain
sitting
more
there
about
like-
cassettes, because I don't
God.
necessarily initially understand. Because I was hearing the show before that they were recording their shows on cassettes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We didn't
find
have
that-
we didn't have
Do you,
digital.
Richie? Do you know what a cassette is?
I do.
We actually
I
recorded.
just I don't.
We recorded some shows on reel to reel.
Wow.
Yeah. We
Wow.
had to because that's the only thing that was in the station that could actually record anything.
Right, and it was all strictly analog.
Analog. It was really cool because everything was analog and it was like you had to learn how to work the equipment
Right.
and learn how to edit the equipment physically before any of this digital stuff. And when I went to CSB, like I actually got a chance to learn it digitally, which was the very first time. They had some really, really antiquated digital editing. It was really cool because it was like nowadays a 10-year-old can go on and be like, oh, I want to take this and I'm going to move it here.
Right.
And I want to take this track and I'm going to move it here. And next thing you know, Justin Bieber has a #1 hit. But that's how it started. So, but it's been, you have it queued up?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can cue things.
I know. I'm so
That's
good.
amazing. You're so good at this. We taught you so well. There's
I
no
know,
dials.
right? I'm like running it off my MacBook.
By the way, I'm so jealous of this board.
Yeah, where did
very
all that
nice.
equipment come from? Where did all those tape machines and boards, the original ones at least?
Where did they come from?
Yeah.
We bought them.
Oh, I thought they were
No
probably
way.
donated.
No, we bought like when the first thing we we went in and everything was dated and outdated. The best thing that was in the studio were 2 Tech 12 turntables, and they're probably, if they're not in the basement here, they're probably still work because Tech 12s are amazing. You could drop them and they would still work. He knows. This guy knows. But yeah, where did that equipment come from? I don't know.
'Cause I remember getting a new board.
Yeah, we got the new board, and
Yeah.
yes, it wasn't a broadcast board because we weren't broadcasting yet.
Right.
But we had originally we had a broadcast board similar to this one, but all just dials
Right.
and turns. And then we got a new mixing board because we had DJs that wanted to scratch and mix on the radio. So, and that was one of those was Paul, and and he would do that. It was really cool. What's that?
That wasn't me.
All right, that was the geek
All
out
right, you're
technical
queued
part
up.
of the show.
You're queued up.
I'm queued up.
Do it.
This is Angry Salad, Empty Radio.
Oh my God.
On Montco Radio, where music and minds meet.
I remember kneeling before parts on the floor of the radio I took apart to find Elvis, but he left this building and I can't deny. Since then I've wondered why the songs they play and the songs I hear do they ring true in my ears. You can't pull this wool any tighter over our eyes, and I want it so, and I want it all. shotgun sight with the window down and the signal clear. The hopes I'd hear the cheap trick record over and over and over again till when I couldn't believe, and I wanted to, and I wanted oh so badly. Who's got the answers? 'Cause I've got some questions. When they hit the stage, do they feel the rage that plays so well on empty radio? Everything it gets destroyed. Everything it gets destroyed. Everything is empty radio. And the radio's turning me off. I knew that the only thing I think that I believe is we've been hurt. We've been hurt. Every grade level sings his song, but no one stays on top that long. You couldn't shoulder what you knew was the way. And the radio's turned me off. I knew that I find it hard to believe. But then if I believe that we've been hurt, we've been hurt. And the radio, the radio, the radio, the radio, the radio, the radio, the radio. And the song that's sung and the song that goes over and over and over again, over and over and over to the radio, 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 radio. I believe, goddamn radio.
Welcome back to Montco Radio, where music and minds meet. We're here with the special alumni broadcast with Richie, Dan, Mike, Tim, and me. I'm Elena. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yay us. I'm
Why
so
are you
excited.
shaking? It
I'm
wasn't like you were shaking to hit the button.
No, I wasn't.
No, that's
He's
fine.
excited.
I'm excitable.
By the way, I'm really excited you actually hit that mark. You actually,
Right?
Yeah, you
I
actually
know,
hit the
right.
post.
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about that
Good
because
segue.
you would
Yeah.
just be
Good
like
segue,
talking
good segue.
somewhere and
Yeah.
not and be like, Elena, there's dead air, dead air,
Dead air,
dead
dead
air,
air,
dead air, dead air. Anyway,
I still do that. And then I lost track of what I was doing because Tim pulled out 2 CDs. He has the Rustic Overtones and Sinead O'Connor, and I picked up
jeez.
Sinead O'Connor. I'm like, Sinead O'Connor, we used to lay out the newspaper to this.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's crazy. I was
Yeah.
obsessed with this album.
And it's interesting because actually there's a lot of connections. Andy from Pete and Andy.
yeah.
She,
It's always Pete and Andy.
Yes.
She.
Hi, Pete and Andy. Hopefully you're watching. That'd be great.
I slept over on their couch. I don't even remember why or when. It was like definitely towards the end of the year.
We had so many parties, we couldn't
we're not-
tell you.
We can't go on air
And-
with that.
and
We're
she-
not allowed to talk about those things.
She introduced me to Sinead, and of course her most famous disc here, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got. And besides the radio hit, the Prince song, I never really listened to it, and it just, that like changed my life.
I know, right?
Like, I mean, it was all Nirvana and Seattle, Flannel.
And I had it, and I always listened to it, and then you liked it, and then I just remember Tim used to go around singing the Three Babies song, and it just made me laugh.
Oh yeah, I love this album. This actually, I'm glad we had this whole thing because I haven't listened to that much music recently, and I just started going back and playing.
Shame on you. That's blasphemy.
Thank you, Amazon Prime.
Yeah, right. I know, it's so awesome.
And I've been having a great time the last couple of weeks. But yeah, we used to stay here. We used to have to hide from the security guard because the building closed at 9 when
Yeah.
we were laying out the newspaper.
Yeah.
And it was just this marathon, and we were it. We
You
were
and
the
I did the newspaper.
And,
yeah. So there was no newspaper. I was it, and nobody else was interested in doing it, so I like told him that he has to do the newspaper. Because
Was-
like as Dan said earlier, it was all just, it kind of all became one big club.
Yeah.
There after a while, we were all just friends, so
Kinda
we all did
helping out.
everything. And so like Tim and I somehow like did a newspaper.
And then other people would write stories and give them to you, and
Right,
you're like, "You're the editor. Here you go.
And
Do
then- and then
do an
Tim-
editorial on the ping pong room."
Right, I know, right? Like the ping pong room.
Yeah.
So
What
now
video
there's-
game should we get in? What
So
new video game should we
The ping
get?
pong room was still very popular, but when the renovations happened, the ping pong room went away.
Oh,
but now there's a gaming lounge that has like
What?
a pool table and video games.
Does it have
and
Wii?
It smells so bad in there. Like they Febreze it like every night to try and like.
That's horrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway. Just saying. Just saying. Montco stories.
It was a great time. You could literally do anything you wanted here at that time in the school.
You really could.
I mean, you want to run the newspaper? Sure, here you go.
I know. I remember. I was like, "Oh, I want to be a journalist." And when after we did the new student orientation stuff, and I went to Brian Bumlinger, I'm like, "Oh, I want to be in the newspaper." And he's like, "Well, there is no one." He hands me this giant stack of mail that's been piling up for like the last like 6 months, and he's like, "Here you go. You're the editor." And I was like, "What?"
Oh, who was that photographer? And she disappeared.
Oh
She
God.
went to Florida or something. She just
Yeah.
disappeared one day.
Like that kind of stuff happened all the time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the cool thing about like community college is people come and go, and
Right.
you know, and you personalities are all over the place. There's like, oh, I'm here for a day. I'm taking a math class. All right, tomorrow, not so much.
Yeah. Right.
Where'd that person go? I don't know.
Yeah.
We were really good friends. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. Right.
That was probably the thing, you know, because we were in these clubs. We were here.
Yeah,
Like
all
we
the
were
time.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
I was often one of the first cars in the lot, and definitely the last car to leave
Yeah,
when the
same.
security guards kicked me out at 9 o'clock.
I mean, there were days at the station we would be here. I would get here at 8 a.m. or 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and nobody was showing up for their show. Oh, gotta miss my class. Gotta cover.
Yeah. I was like,
Can't be off the air. Be like, all right. I wonder why I got a C in that class.
I would come in like really early and then like sleep on one of those disgusting couches in the newspaper office.
Oh, we have so many pictures of you sleeping on those
I
couches.
know.
It's ridiculous.
But I like brought in my own blankets because those couches, I know what happened on those couches.
Let's
so
not-
I like always brought in
We're
my
not allowed
own
to talk about that
blanket.
over the radio.
I didn't say anything. I just said.
That office
I
was
had
horrible
stuff on the
too. Let's
couches.
not go there.
Yeah.
It's
Ugh.
like Ari.
Yeah.
Ari like would destroy a couch.
Ugh. And then he would leave. He'd be like, where are you going? Oh, you just didn't do what we. Oh, you did. Oh.
But he would sit in a couch for like 8 hours a day, and then the springs and everything, the
Yeah.
cushion
Yeah.
would just be blown out.
I remember Brian walking in and go, who's been sitting there? We're like, don't ask. He's like, go get exchange one from the game room. We're like, all right. So that's what we did.
I would remember when some of the crew, Canada Jen.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah.
I remember
so
Canada
she,
Jen.
so she
Miss
would.
Oscar winner now.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Wow.
on.
She's part of a team that was on.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so
For,
she
like,
would come in.
documentary?
She would come in during
Yeah, I think so,
like
I think
after
so.
a class and be like so mad at a teacher, and she'd be just jump on one of those couches and be like, ugh, into a big corner, like into a big ball, and she's like, just don't talk to me or we put a blanket over her, be like, it'll be okay, it'll be fine.
And so that goes to
was a
like
comfort
talk about
blanket.
how like if we're talking about how there's so many different personalities and people at a community college. Like Jen was a dual enrollment student. Like she was a high school student.
Yeah.
And then all the way up to
Yeah.
all
What are you looking at me for?
Shut up.
Whoops.
all the way
She
up
was
to like we had. Do you guys remember like in student government? Don Boring.
Yes,
Sorry.
Don was awesome. We loved Don. He was
He
the
was,
most
like, probably
curmudgeon.
in his, like,
He was the most
50s
curmudgeon
or
individual that we
60s.
ever ran into on this campus.
I always felt like he always looked at me. He always gave me that look, and I'm like, don't judge me.
And literally, his name was like it was synonymous with like
Yeah.
Don Boring. Perfect. Works.
Yeah, right.
It's totally works. It totally works.
Oh man.
Yeah. How about Eric? Anyone talk to Eric? P.O.P.O.?
So it's the hack guy.
Yeah.
He was our. Well,
My
he was
sister
the ad
does.
guy.
Well, the cool thing is, I think my sister still talks to him
Oh,
because
yeah,
she
'cause
does a lot
tried
of.
to connect him with
Yeah,
the show. And I
she
didn't
does a
do
lot
that.
of she does a lot of cons and a lot of stuff like that, anime and stuff like that. She's an artist and she also does a couple other things, and she's an amazing mom, which is awesome. I just throw out shout outs to my sister because she's amazing.
Hi,
so.
Jackie. Hope you're
Yeah,
listening.
What up, Jax?
He
You're
was
the bomb.
money maker, though.
Huh?
He was the money maker.
Oh, he had more money than all of us.
No, I mean, like, he did all the commercials. He was the voice.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Army
yeah.
recruiting. And,
Yeah, did you ever go on the radio and hear that voice?
Yes.
This is Montco Radio. It was like, and he would do that consistently. Like, and he would just, yeah, we need a promo. He's like, what do you want me to say? Here's the copy. He'd be like, all right, I'll be back. He would go down to the Cap G Center when it was
In the PE building.
in the PE building,
Which is
because
now
we
like
didn't-
completely gutted.
because we didn't
they're
have any
making
production
it-
stuff in the radio station, and he would go down there, and next thing you know, he'd come back. He was like, "Here you go." I was like, "Can we play this?" He was like, "It's perfect." I'm like, "All right." Of course it is.
So do you guys remember? So Garrett
Yes.
might be
Yeah.
listening. So shout out to Garrett
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
I
listening.
forgot. What up, G?
So Garrett actually came back a few years ago, and we unfortunately didn't connect while he was here, but we've stayed in touch. But he came back and like did some stuff with the drama club because he founded the drama club.
Yeah.
Like back in the day.
I remember.
And then he came back. And,
I remember how much he was into that.
Yeah, and like so he was working with like the theater students, and so I thought that was really cool. So you guys now have to come back.
Yeah.
And do stuff with us.
I still get the alumni like updates and stuff like that. I see his picture every once in a while because
Really?
he's like a
That's been years.
yeah. I mean, but like I used to get. Well, you used to send it, so
Yeah.
yeah. But it's been cool. Like I try to pay attention. Like I'm to be completely honest, this campus has grown leaps and bounds from when we were here, but it's still the best part of what this area is all about. I mean, this campus is really phenomenal for what it does. I know so many people that went here. I've met so many people that have gone here, that even if it's just to get your feet wet in college and move on to the next level, this place, it's amazing. And it's connected a lot of people.
Changed my life.
Obviously, you're still here.
Obviously.
Wait, it sucked you in.
It sucked me in. I
She's
don't know
never
what the
gonna
heck
leave.
happened.
I was close.
I know.
I almost came back
At
another
one point,
semester.
like your
But your
parents worked
your
here,
family
and
worked
your
here.
Family.
My dad and mom worked here for over a decade.
I remember your
Yeah.
mom
After
working here.
I-
I come back and be like, hey, Miss Conley, what's up?
Yeah, when they started, they were Tim's mom and dad.
Yeah.
By the time they left,
They were-
I
yeah.
was their son.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the Conley's boy.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, just some more like quick memories.
Yeah, we only
of
got a couple more minutes.
the
huh?
Mac machine. Right?
First on campus.
We got the first Mac machine when we were here
Yeah.
on
I forgot.
campus,
The ribbon
right?
cutting.
Yeah.
So that was our like.
So yeah, so a
I mean,
couple-
it happened during our time, but it was really like
We
the
pushed
work
for it.
of like a lot of years prior.
yeah.
I remember like the president before you was Rich.
Rich was a
Wasn't
dynamic big dude.
Yeah.
He was scary. You put him in a suit.
Not
he
that
was
rich.
Not me.
no,
No.
You're not that. No.
That's good.
This guy was huge. Like he
Yeah.
was scary. You put him in a suit. He looked like he would hurt somebody. Like he was a bouncer.
He was an Iraq veteran.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
Iraq veteran. He was really awesome. Like
Yeah.
he was. He helped out with us as well, like
Right.
along the way.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, guys, whatever you guys need, and then
So I just remember like the Mac machine was a huge,
Mac machine.
huge
yeah.
like feat.
Yeah, do you remember?
accomplishment.
Do you remember when we did like the Jenny McCarthy thing, like
Singled out?
singled out on campus?
Yes.
That was fun. Rachel, shout out to Rachel because she looked like Sporty Spice that day, in like plastic and like blue and gold plastic shirt. I'm
Yes.
like, what are you wearing? She's like, it's just so Jenny McCarthy. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I have a picture from that. I
Of the
swear,
Spice
of
Girls?
Ryan Mate in
Uh-huh.
a Cupid outfit
Yes.
or something.
Yes, it was awesome.
I was trying to find this stuff. Like I couldn't find a lot of my old pictures.
I'll send you
but-
some pictures.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will send you some
I
pictures.
have a picture of Dan of you and Jeff pointing to the WRFM Club of the Year award
Yes.
in the old studio, and I can't find it anywhere, and I know I have it.
I need that because I don't. That's the one picture of that Club of the Year award that I
I will
don't
continue
have.
to look. I have
But-
pictures of like Dan, Tim, and I from graduation.
Yes.
I didn't
you?
walk.
Okay.
He didn't
I was
walk.
like, why were you not in any of
I
his pictures?
He was at the party though.
You were just yes, you were at the party.
Yeah.
Well, I signed up. I got there late for the whole thing, so as usual. So
Can I let you in on a little secret?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you all this. I graduated, but
Twice.
I'm 3 credits short. So I never really got my piece of paper. I am literally
What the heck, Dan?
like almost 20 years later, still 3 credits short. But that's the story of my life. I'm always 3 credits
You
short.
can come back and take.
I
the
know.
credits.
But whatever.
You could take the radio workshop.
Yes, I would do that. I don't
Right?
think that's one of the ones I need to. Dude, I will totally do that. I'll just come back just to hang out. I know I can pass that class. I'm pretty sure I can pass that class pretty quickly.
All right, so we have a few more minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone?
Can I just
Yeah,
say something?
please.
Just happy Record Store Day.
Oh
I
my
don't know,
God,
I don't know if
Record
that's
Store
been
Day!
mentioned yet. Yeah.
I know. I have to
see,
figure out how to get
There's a record
there
right
and
there
get
in front of me.
stuff.
What do we got there?
That is
This is a Montco record.
Yeah, show it up on
somebody
the,
back in the
stream, I
70s
guess.
made this.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's incredible, and that's like an original drawing too. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You said it's a Montco one?
Yeah, it's the Montco.
I don't know what
Read
it
it.
was. Latitudes.
Awesome. Yeah, show it on the stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
That's almost in mint condition.
Almost. What are you talking about?
When it goes
That's
to the
about as
stream.
mint condition as you can get.
Show the back.
1972, 73.
The back's
From
crazy.
Montco?
It's, like,
From here?
handwritten. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from here.
The library threw it away, so I picked it.
Oh, nice.
Why would the library do that? It's music.
Right.
Whatever.
So,
You-
go
you
out
found a
today
Picasso.
and,
Really, really
get your
cool.
records.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Even if, I don't know, if you don't like the sales or the specials that are coming out today, just buy a record.
Yeah, I love records.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weird thing is, like, there's a big revitalization. I live in Philly now, like, in Philly, and, like, everybody I work with and everybody that, like, I'm associated with down there, they're so into, like,
Right.
vinyl.
And that's why
And-
I buy any. Well, I mean, besides like digital, I'll buy digital and vinyl. Like I have tons of vinyl at home.
Yeah.
And yeah. And what's really cool about Record Store Day this time, there's like some good '90s stuff coming out. There's like the Green River demo.
Yeah, I saw the
There's
list.
Sonic,
I saw the
which
list
is,
of
like,
stuff
for
you put up
Pearl
there.
Jam people, and
Yeah, I saw that.
I
Last
find a way to
notes,
get
I
there.
mean, obviously,
Yeah.
we can't miss that time. We got to get these guys in here.
Yeah, right.
Post.
So,
Who's
and-
next? Who's coming up next?
So coming up next, we have Carrie Hughes and Jen Mitlis. So Carrie was the station manager in I don't know when.
She'll tell us.
She'll tell us.
I can't wait to
It was
hear.
recently.
Good
I-
teaser.
Stay tuned.
I know her. So
Dun, dun, dun.
By the way, this will
Yeah.
probably be the oldest group that you'll
This
hear
is
today.
the oldest
This
group
is
you'll
the-
hear today.
that
so
you'll hear today,
We're
so-
like 90s.
Why did we have to
We're
get
s-
up in the morning?
What? You can't get up? You up to stay all the time?
It's my day to sleep in.
Okay.
I know. So like Tim posted on Facebook, oh, so I'll set my alarm for 7, and then it was Jackie who's like, or 9. Oh, I'll set my alarm for 9, and Jackie's like, no, you'll set your alarm for 7.
Yeah,
So you'll
exactly.
be there at 9. He's like, whatever.
All right.
All right.
Closing thoughts?
No, I already had my closing thought there as far as today, and happy Montco Radio Alumni Day.
Happy
Yeah,
Alumni
this
Day.
is
I was glad to meet you.
awesome.
Yeah, it was nice to
I'm
meet you too.
Definitely. It was
so
awesome.
excited that you guys are here. I can't wait to show you the rest of the campus. And thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Go
One
Flyers.
last thoughts?
Oh.
Yeah, go Flyers.
Yeah, go Flyers!
Yeah.
Woo!
Mike?
You know, not only did we had the radio station, but a lot of stuff outside the radio station that we did. You know, with the president, helping out with presidency and all the other groups that we did, I think helped us a lot in the long run. So
And get out of your shell and everything else.
yeah, well, a lot of people needed that. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No, just this made my day.
Awesome.
Like,
This made my month.
yeah, that's probably even
In the same
better.
way.
So
Yeah.
I hope we get to come back again. And
Yeah.
this was a special place. I went to 3 colleges: a state college, a private university, and this community college. And this was by far the best time,
Yeah.
the most memorable time I ever had. And it's because of all you guys. And
Oh, I love
Thank
you
Love you, buddy.
guys. Love you guys.
Um, One last thing. Thank you, Matt, for
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
doing all
Thank you to
the
the great
stuff
Matt
here.
Porter. He board ops my show when I do it. and
Just
thanks
Thank you
supporting.
for setting everything
Yeah,
up.
of course.
We
I'm
definitely
so
appreciate it.
happy.
I know for me, this is probably one of the highlights of my week, month.
Yeah. Oh,
I love getting back to
absolutely.
the. Obviously, if you can tell, I like to talk. So, but I really had a great time. I love being part of the radio station. I've always loved being part of like that. And just remember, it's all about the music. It
Awesome.
always has been.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you guys so much.
Appreciate
so,
it.
we're gonna do a transition, and then Jen and Carrie are coming up
Yeah.
shortly. So you are on Montco Radio. Thanks so much for listening. This is the awesome first ever Montco Radio WRFM alumni broadcast.
Woo! Rock on!